Welcome and welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Tommy, just Tommy, and with today's video, it's not wonderful news here for the future Wonder Woman game or a couple video game studios here that was under WB. So let's talk about it and jump into it, shall we?
I'm stronger, I'm smarter, I'm better. I am better.
So today's video, I just did a video about 2 weeks ago about the Wonder Woman game and how we just had gotten a news report about what the budget basically was. It's a little over $100 million went into the production of the Wonder Woman game, and there was really no headway as to what's happening with it, no time frame of when it was going to get released. We had no gameplay footage, nothing like that. All we had was the reveal trailer a couple years ago, and that was pretty much it. Well, today's news, we got good news and also bad news. The good news is in that video, when I was talking about this, I said they should just cancel Wonder Woman and put that effort into another franchise that they have already, established one already. But with this news, they did cancel the Wonder Woman game, but they also canceled a few studios, and one of the key ones was Monolith Productions. So let's jump into this article here. It's at GameStop by Eddie Mukach, I think that's how you say it. I'm not sure, but moving on. Warner Brothers Games is making some dramatic changes as the company's closing Monolith Productions, Player First Games, and WB San Diego. Warner Brothers Games is also canceling the new Wonder Woman game at Monolith Productions as part of its shakeup. This is actually crazy news for them to just can these three studios. It's crazy. Warner Brothers Games confirmed this following a breaking news report from Jason Schreier of Bloomberg. Scroll down a little bit. Monolith Production was founded in 1994, 90s baby, and was more recently known for its licensed games like Middle-earth, Shadow of Mordor, and Shadow of War. The studio also created the Fear and the Condemned franchise, which is crazy. I completely forgot that they created Fear and Condemned. That's, oh man. So we're not going to get any more Shadow games, and we're not going to get any Fear or Condemned games at this point in time. Warner Brothers acquired the company in 2004, so they've been under their belt for Warner Brothers for a while. Player First, meanwhile, is the developers behind the ill-fated multiplayer game Multiverses, which is closing in May, which I talked about in my video that was covering this. Warner Brothers acquired Player First in 2024. Multiverses was the team's first game. That's crazy. How do you buy a company? How do you buy a development company and then a year later close it down? When you've given the team the very first game that the team got was a live service game, basically. Wow, that's crazy. WB San Diego is a more recently established studio that was contributing to the future of AAA free-to-play games. Jeez, man. This is more than a shakeup, dude. I don't know what's happening in the industry. I would really like to, figure a way into, getting into the industry, whether that's through gaming journalists or what have you. I'd really like to get my eyes behind the scenes here in the video game industry in one way or another. But in a statement, Warner Brothers Games said it made the very difficult decision to restructure its development teams, resulting in these studios' closure. Going forward, Warner Brothers Games said it'll focus on 4 major franchises: Harry Potter, Mortal Kombat, DC, and Game of Thrones. So basically, they're focusing on only the IPs that are generating them the most money at this moment in time. And I'm really concerned about that, because what's going to happen if any of these IPs don't make the cut, don't hit budget, or isn't a big enough profit for the company? What's really going to happen with the future of these games? The statement said the decision to close the 3 studios was a strategic change that had nothing to do with the teams or the talented individuals working there. I mean, all we can really do is take their word for it, unless there's someone that comes out that has left the company and talks about it. But otherwise, this is all we really have to go on. As for the new Wonder Woman game, Warner Brothers said it wanted to make the highest quality game, but unfortunately, this is no longer possible within our strategic priorities. Wonder Woman is, of course, a DC property, but it seemingly is not a fit within the company's new strategy. Like I said, I don't know who asked for a Wonder Woman game to put, especially to put that kind of like budget behind the game is crazy. I don't even know what the budget was, but to blow over $100 million on it and it's still not even finished, that means the budget, they either blew through the budget or the budget wasn't far off from what they had to work with. And the time frame just didn't really match up with when they wanted to release it or what the expectation was, I guess. This is another tough decision as we recognize Monolith's storied history of delivering epic fan experiences through amazing games, the company said. WBD gaming boss J.B. Parrott announced these decisions in a memo to staff today obtained by Polygon. That's crazy to do it in a memo. Oh, is that how they do it? In the games like industry, they just like, hey, these are all getting cut. We're closing these down through a memo. That's crazy. He said some staff who were not laid off will be reassigned to other internal roles where possible. He also said Warner Brothers will look to do more in the mobile game space and aims to regain our credibility and swagger at producing great games. What? Who says that? That's crazy. Parrott also reflected on some of the company's recent misses in gaming, saying the product market fit and quality of too many of the new releases has really missed the mark. Oof. I mean, yeah, when you have Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League just tank like that. Let's move on, shall we? He added, we need to and will do better for our fans first and foremost, and also because regaining the credibility is critical to us securing even more investment in games in the years to come. It's kind of crazy because Monolith, to me, wasn't the reason why fans and consumers seemingly lost faith in WB Games. It's really Rocksteady, as it seems, what has really done the damage to the image of this company so far. So for them to close down Monolith and two other development companies is crazy. A recent report said the new Wonder Woman game had already cost Warner Brothers more than $100 million. See, that's crazy. And was nowhere close to being ready to release. This follows a trend at Warner Brothers games as recent projects have failed to take off. Rocksteady's, there we go, see, we're talking about it, was a $200 million flop for the company. Warner Brothers Montreal's Gotham Knights was lukewarm. All right, I talked about all that. Warner Brothers Games longtime boss David Haddad announced in January that he's leaving the company, but will stay on for the next 3 months to help oversee the transition to a new leader. No such executive has been named yet for Haddad's replacement. So it's all coming through now. Man, it's starting to add up. I don't want to speculate here, but when you got the longtime head of Warner Brothers Games resign, and then the next month, a major studio of theirs and two minor ones they close down to restructure. Oof, man, this is concerning, man. Looking ahead, Warner Brothers Games is focusing on 4 core franchises mentioned above. Of course, as for the DC studio boss, James Gunn recently said some really interesting projects are coming in the gaming space, but not soon. Oh, so dang. There you have it. I'm not really too happy about Monolith being closed because, you know, not only are these couple of very well-known IPs, franchises, that being Middle-earth, the Fear franchise, and the Condemned franchise, no longer are going to be in the works. We're not going to really get anything like this unless those IPs are sold off for some reason. We're also not getting the technology that WB, of course, patented, which is the Nemesis system that was introduced in the Middle-earth games, which kind of sucks. Wow, this sucks, man. This really does. And hey, it doesn't seem like anyone was laid off from what it says in this article here, so kudos to that. But man, this is, I don't know if this is just to save money for WB in the long run, but man, this is not good news. But you guys let me know what you think down below in that comment section. Make sure you like the video, subscribe if you enjoy my content. And as always, it has been your boy, it's been real, and I'm out. Later.